Hi, my name's Annie, and this is something that I definitely never really expected to be doing. I just turned 50 this past November, and I am what I like to call a regular person. I have a job that I love, I have a great family, I have a house, I have a lot of the things that most people would think that you need if you're going to be one of those people who seems to have everything together. I never have thought I had a perfect life, but I had what I thought was a normal life and still do pretty much. And I recently, though, finished what I created myself, a plan that I created for myself that I called the 100-day badass glow up plan, which I know sounds really dramatic, but it really had nothing to do with my appearance or anything like that. It was when I took 100 days off from dating and everything related to it to try and figure out how to return to a person that I actually recognized. It was really about trying to calm my nervous system and get stable again and figure out how to rebuild my life because I had had just a really difficult period. And I don't think I even really realized how things had built up on each other when I reached this point. And so I want to be really clear about this from the very beginning. This was not something that I planned thoughtfully. This wasn't something that was peaceful or that I sat and meditated about or journaled about or anything like that. It was abrupt, it was messy, and it came from hitting this point where I realized that something in my life had gotten unhealthy and that I couldn't keep going the way I had been. It was basically a point where I said, enough. And for me, it mostly showed up clearly in my dating life than any other place. So it came from I had gone through a divorce about 5 years ago, and I found myself getting into these dating situations and relationships that I knew deep down were not good for me. And instead of stopping to figure out what was happening, I just kept moving forward because I figured, oh my gosh, I'm 50. So if I want to find someone at all, time's a ticking. So then it was the weekend of my 50th birthday, and something happened, and it shocked me so much that it completely woke me up. My most recent relationship ended in this hugely dramatic, ridiculously unnecessary, crazy, awful way. If you think about the worst possible way a relationship could end, you've probably got the gist of what happened. This was this past November. And I realized it wasn't just about this one relationship. It forced me to see a bigger pattern and a bigger level of exhaustion and grief that I really never allowed myself to really face. And that's what led to the 100 days. Now I'm on the other side of that 100 days. It ended February 14th, and I'm recording this on February the 17th. And it feels like the right time to start sharing that experience and what it was actually like. So, like I said, a lot of things in my life had shifted at once. I had gotten a divorce, and then I had lost both my parents. And then there were just other things that were happening in my life that I really didn't deal with. I just kept moving forward because that was really the only choice. So I never really stopped to think, oh, maybe I should deal with this. And I really don't even know if I knew what dealing with this even meant at that time. So I didn't know what next looked like. I didn't know what dealing with it looked like, but I knew this wasn't it. So I really took some time, and I'm going to share a lot of the things were that I did in that 100 days. And I will tell you that the beginning of it was completely exhausting. And I definitely figured out that I needed a lot of sleep. And I gave myself permission to sometimes just come home from work and go to bed. So I will be telling you a lot of things about that and some things that I did in that first period. And then I realized one day, it was about maybe 3, 4 weeks in, and I had gotten through the entire day and I didn't cry. And I was like, and then I realized I just felt normal. I didn't feel great, but I wasn't feeling horrible anymore. And that was really when I noticed a turning point, when I was able to start really thinking about how can I do this work that I'm supposed to be doing on myself. And that was when I really started to be able to think about rebuilding. So, like I said, Valentine's Day ended up being day 100. And even though I'm not done by any means, I have come a long way. And I turn around and I think, you know what? I wish I had had someone who understood what I was going through. And so that's why I decided to make this channel and start with this video, because I'm hoping that there will be someone out there or some other people like me who it doesn't have to be because of divorce relationships, but maybe your life isn't turning out the way that you thought it would. Or also, like me, really the biggest thing I always wanted to do was be a mom. And my kids are almost raised now. So, also just thinking about who am I outside of that? And so I am still in it. I am still working hard at it. It is not perfect. I'm not an expert, but I do think I have a lot of things to share, tips, tricks, things that took me a lot longer than I'm hoping that they'll take you. And also just letting you know that a lot of what you're going through is normal and that there is something on the other side of it. So I hope that this hit home for some of you, and I hope that we're able to help each other in the community and also just by sharing these videos. And I'm really glad you're here. And I hope that I can offer a new perspective to you. Not again, not because I'm an expert, but just from experience. So I'm looking forward to going on this journey with you. And again, I'm Annie Weller, and I'll see you in the next video.